Thanks that all the campaigns have. I think yours was the most simple. That to all of you. You all made this happen. It's really your effort, and you all should really look back at it.
Down lah.
Yes.
No.
Chili sauce?
Tomato sauce.
Faster, faster.
Slower.
Okay?
More?
Less.
Higher.
Lower.
Love it.
Hate it.
Easy.
Difficult.
Ice cream.
Ice kacang.
Give.
Take.
Never.
Always lah.
Late.
Early.
Our differences make us who we are. The crazy, wonderful, quirky citizens of Malaysia. Find the real news at thevibes.com. Malaysia from every side.
Down lah.
You're mute, Mike.
Oh,
Soy sauce?
tomato sauce.
Faster, faster.
Slower.
More?
Yeah. Too late.
Hi everyone. So sorry, deeply apologies for the delay. Welcome to everyone to our Creative Strategies Capture, Plan, and Execute webinar, organized as part of our assignment for Professional Media Workshop. My name is Pia, and I am one of the moderators for this webinar. Now, before we start, allow me to introduce to all of you my members. Robbie, would you like to start?
Hi guys, my name is Robbie. Thank you for your support and I hope you guys enjoy this webinar.
Hello guys, my name is Mark. Yeah, so hope you all enjoy. Yep.
Hi guys, I'm Janice, and I hope and it's nice to meet everyone.
Hi guys, I'm Junjen, and I hope you guys had a good time.
Hi everyone, I'm Korean and I'm another one of your moderators. Thanks for coming so early in the morning on a Monday morning for us. Hope you enjoy.
Thank you, guys. So now that our webinar is about to start, allow me to make a few requests for everyone to mute yourself. Please type your questions in the chat box. Don't use the chat box as a personal water cooler. Please ensure you are connected to a stable network connection to gain the best experience. Don't forget to fill in the feedback form at the end of the session. And if you have any questions, please wait until the end of the talk during the Q&A session. These reminders are being made just to avoid any unnecessary hindrance throughout the webinar. Now, moving on to our esteemed speaker. Thank you very much, Lau, for sparing your time to give some of the beneficial insights on creative strategies today. Now, in case you guys are wondering who is Lau, he is actually the CEO of Beatnation with an expertise in digital marketing, event planning, content creations, education, and music. Lau provides creative agency solutions for clients such as EcoWorld, Petronas Syntem, KFC, Chivas, and more. Apart from that, Lau has a reputation and broad experience in the creative field, demonstrating his ability to create a brand image unique to his styles. Now, today, Lau will be demonstrating the importance of planning and strategizing when creating creative content on digital marketing platform. Now, to avoid from time wastage, let's get started. Mr. Lau, the floor is yours.
Hello. Hi, morning, everybody. Yeah, I'm Lau. Thank you so much for having me, I suppose. And I'm just gonna. Oh, good morning, everyone, and I'm Lau. If anybody have any questions, again, yeah, like as they say, just drop in the chat, and I will answer them to my best abilities. All right. So to begin, if you hear any construction noise at the back, do let me know. I probably will have to close them off later on. Okay, so let's get started. Now, before we begin, I would like to ask you a very simple question. This morning, before you got out of bed, or maybe some of you are still in bed, what was the first thing that you do? Statistically speaking, 96% of alarm today have already been replaced by smartphone. So if you have an alarm clock to wake you up today, you are an anomaly at this point of life, which is a very interesting thing, which kind of means one very simple thing. Actually, we all have smartphone. 96% of this country has smartphone, and yeah, 95% in fact. The problem is what they're doing with it. And most of the time, we realize that we are consuming a lot of content, like a lot of it. And more specifically, today, I want to talk about YouTube, right? Or rather, like how we, as anybody or anyone of any age, of any race, of any interest, can get into the world of YouTube with very simple ideas: capture, learn, and execute. So, you guys know that during COVID lockdown, during MCO or during the pandemic, actually the consumption for YouTube double, triple, or even quadruple in certain countries. So mobile would be like your LOL, 王者荣耀, you know, all these games. It's not playing the game, it's watching people play the game. It's actually quadruple in Vietnam. In Malaysia, apparently we like to watch a lot of consumer electronic videos. So that's like your iPhone, your laptop, like literally product review videos or product unboxing videos or like product testing videos. Like we were watching all these during lockdown, which is very interesting. So the question is like, how do we kind of understand what is the next trend or the next growing interest that we can actually catch on? Like again, you are of any interest, like let's say you are into DIY. So you want to figure out like in your DIY world, how do you find a trend and how do you actually get on that, right? So for the first thing, capturing, figuring out what is the best or rather the most ideal trend that you can get into. So to get into that, you only need one thing, really only one thing, which is Google. Google is your friend. Everyone here, even when I was studying uni, I was already using Google to find journals, to finish up my assignments, trying to learn how to paraphrase properly. And that was like 10 years ago. So since then, Google has already been helping uni students to do their assignments in a way or two. But how do you use it to, find a trend? So I think some of you are mass comm students, so I don't know if you guys have used it so far, but you can use this, for example, Google Trend, literally googletrend.com, something like that, or trends.google.com. All right, so this thing is a very universal standard tool that we use in general as a creative professional if you want to find the interest into a certain subject. So personally, I am very much into a few different things. One of it being cryptocurrency. So I would be thinking like, I wonder how many people are interested into crypto as much as I am. So very easily, you just put crypto into the thing, and then you find out that, in the past 12 months, it has been spiking. The interest has been growing and growing and growing. But that's just one word, right? As we all know, the same word can be interpreted like many times, like different ways. So let's try to write the full sentence, cryptocurrency. And you realize, oh, wow, cryptocurrency has even more interest. So that means that if you were to, for example, make a YouTube video, the ideal setting for your title would be like, instead of best crypto of 2020, you will have to write best cryptocurrency of 2020, because, well, that's what everyone's looking for. And then you were thinking like, what is the most famous cryptocurrency that I know? Well, I'm going to go on a limb and say that most of you heard the term Bitcoin. So then you were like, okay, let's find out what Bitcoin search is like. And as it turns out, the search term for Bitcoin actually dwarfs both cryptocurrency and crypto combined. So you realize that, oh, wow, you know what? I'm not even going to talk about any other coins anymore. I'm just going to talk about Bitcoin. Like Bitcoin. Like your title can just be Bitcoin like 10 times. Obviously, that's a very basic way of putting it. But the point that I'm making is that, like, in the same field of interest, for example, DIY, you could be looking out for the glue. You could be looking out for the paint, the brush, the scissors, the rulers, the paper, the style of painting, to figure out like what is the audience in your interests are looking towards, right? So finally, you're thinking like, I was thinking that what is the technology behind all these things? And you found out that it's blockchain. But you realize that the term blockchain is actually so unpopular. Look at this. This guy, the green one, is blockchain, and see how it's like, it's not even breaking past crypto. So it's interesting because blockchain is the technology behind the whole thing, and yet it is dwarfed by all three of them. So that really means that, like, people that are looking for these cryptocurrency, this realm, they are not exactly that well versed in the idea of what blockchain is. So that can also be an entry point. Why? Because while the fact is Bitcoin is a very popular term, that also means that you have a lot of competitors there, right? So everyone is jamming Bitcoin into their terms. Remember, if you can find it, so can the 7 billion people around the world, because pretty much everyone today have internet, and they can just Google this stuff up. Like I say, Google is your friend. Okay, so you could consider, instead of talking about Bitcoin, you could talk about blockchain and grow a niche there. So you can hear the term, they always say, oh, just grow your audience, grow your niche. What does that really mean? That really means for you to find a space within a space that no one is coming to compete with you, right? Let's say, again, I'm going to drop the DIY craft. If everyone is all about oil paint and no one talks about crayons, well, go for crayon, because if you are if this is something that you're passionate about and you are already doing it, if you switch over to crayon and you do it for the next 3 years, you will be the person that has been doing crayon for 3 years while everyone has been focusing on oil paint. And by the time you actually, like, people start to notice you, you are very far ahead of everyone else that will be trying to replicate your success, right? So take that into notice that, like, you can go for the popular terms, but at the same time, you can also consider the niche, right? So we're going to go into this a little bit later, like how you can combine both. Of course, Google Trend, you can also look at different countries. So let's say you want to target Bitcoin interest people in US, you will realize that, you know, the interest is there. And in fact, it comes up with related queries about the terms that we mentioned and what people search alongside that specific term that you put. So for example, Bitcoin, bit small here, but you can, let me just zoom in. Yeah. There you go. So as you can see people saying Bitcoin Vault, Bitcoin halving, crypto arbitrage VIP, Titan blah, 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 Wi-Fi crypto. And then you can even see up here by the regions of which country has the biggest interest on crypto. The word, again, is the term, yeah? It's a term on the items. So you can actually sort this out, interest for Bitcoin or et cetera, all right? And moving on, as you can see, there's something called Panini blockchain as well. And you can go find out what that is. That's actually a tag. So this is basically Google Trend. And again, if you guys are interested to just ask anything about anything that I'm saying, go ahead and just drop a little chat and I can answer along. And of course, if I'm going too fast, please feel free to stop me. Okay, next one. Next thing is called ads. This is called Google Keyword Planner. It's on ads.google.com. To get this, however, you need to actually register. Again, it's super easy to register. Google is making it super easy for everyone to get into this. This is basically where you find audience size and how much you spend will reach how many people. So let's go into one by one. So let's say just now I found different terms here, as you can see. Oh, scalping, cryptocurrency market, investing, investment, arbitrage, trading software. That's what we found. You will find that you have 7 million people to get at a month. Now, this 7 million people is a worldwide audience size. You can directly narrow it to the country as well. So if you guys have done any Facebook ads before, these are very familiar ideas. The only difference here is for Google Ads, you actually don't add visuals. You don't add visuals, you only add words. So as you can see, make money with crypto, money, get the money, get so much money, don't miss out. So I mean, you can do that. But obviously, there are some rules and regulations in Google Ads itself. They do not, for example, advertise for violence, anything that is depending on their what's that called? There are rules and regulations that are fraudulent. So they don't really allow those kind of ads. So if you want to write ads for a certain topic, you need to make sure that you are not making it look like a fraudulent ad. You know what I mean? Like something like this, I make money in crypto, all this. Yeah, please don't do that. Okay. And next one, finally, once you get through that, you actually go into, they also adjust it to ringgit so you can see easily. You can get how many people you can reach a month maximum with how much you spend, right? You can spend up to 146 to get up to, you know, you can spend up to like 4.5K a month. And then you would get about, what was this here say? Yeah, about 5 digit of the audience. And then you maybe get about 500 clicks, 400 to 500 clicks. So all of this is in a way, obviously, if this is for ads, right? Usually this is for an ad. But the really most important thing is this. This will help you determine how big of an audience size you can get if you were to really get into it. So again, DIY craft, painting, you can use this to determine. Now, you'll ask, how does Google Trend and Google Ad Keywords going to help me if I want to be, for example, a YouTuber? I'm going to explain a bit. So I hope so everyone's good so far. Now we're going to go into something that is going to put everything together, right? Why Google Trend, Google Ad Keyword Planner. This thing. This is called the adoption bell curve. This is something that I'm not sure if you guys heard before, but you know, if you haven't, I'm going to tell you about it. This is basically the curve to explain any technology or any ideology or mindset or culture, like in terms of the adoption of it, right? So let's take iPhone, for example. Steve Jobs was obviously the innovator, right? He started the whole thing, the whole idea of a smartphone, a phone that can do everything. Go on internet, listen to music, text and all that, all right? Then you go on to early adopters. So early adopters are people who basically have research on that subject, that specific subject, and they haven't had, or maybe they are the people who had the idea but never really innovate on it, right? And they are always interested to find opportunities about it. So maybe someone have already thought of the idea, oh, wouldn't it be sweet if my phone could go online and and use 3G, right? And then Steve Jobs comes along with, hey, I have iPhone 3G. Well, early adopters is just going to be like, oh my gosh, that's awesome. That's exactly what I want. I'm going to jump on board. So these people are basically, in a way, risk immune. Not say risk immune, but they are very high. They are very participative on high risk items. So this, again, doesn't just talk about phones, but it also talks about, let's say, investing, or maybe a new style of painting. Again, this is a very general idea for you to understand what happens in that trend. Even for YouTube, right? Gaming videos, right? The first people who did gaming videos, the second people that came along and started copying them. An early majority are people who are directly connected to early adopters or innovators. So these people are, in a way, starting to be a bit more risk averse, okay? So they do make a little bit more research. They are a little bit more skeptical, but within time, they will jump on board just to be a beta tester or like an early release tester. They're the people who are like, you know what? Okay, sure, why not try it out? All right, whether they win or lose, they may be a bit emotional about it, or maybe they're just immune to it. But they are generally okay with it. All right, and finally, second last, we come to late majority. So these are the people who gets a bit more interesting. They actually do it not because they want to, but most likely it's peer pressure. So for example, if you're using a Nokia 3310, if you guys even know what that is, a Nokia 3310, and you start seeing everyone using an Android or an iPhone, suddenly you are ousted when becoming a minority. And then now you're like, oh my gosh, everyone can send Snapchats, but I can't with my shitty phone. Oh, sorry my language, but my bad phone. And now I have to switch over. So, well, guess what? You can either choose an iPhone or a Android. And that's a basic sign of peer pressure. Like you have no choice anymore. And finally, we come to laggards. Laggards are people who are the last resistance, right? They are the people who just can't get on board. They just can't get on the idea of a smartphone. They just can't get on the idea of investing into a cryptocurrency. They're just last people who just don't want to do it. They just don't like it. If you can get to them, that will be a very big deal, right? This is a very big deal for any market to attack because this is the last resistance. For example, they are the people who use Nokia 3310 and they don't care. They literally cannot care anymore. So these are the people, they are not exactly by age. Yeah? This is not an age thing. This is a mindset thing. For example, if some of you are Android master race, you cannot jump on board of the iPhone Apple boy wagon. You just can't. So you're actually an iPhone laggard. Same thing goes for the iPhone people. Yeah, Android man, so cheap looking one, like iPhone copy only. You're an Android laggard. It's not a bad thing, right? This is not supposed to say yes, no, good, bad. This is just to explain how do our culture work today. There is no right and wrong here. Now, why does this matter? Is because if you go to a party, right, every one of you, I assume, is 19 and above. You are allowed to go to a party. You don't want to be the last guy to show up to the party because everyone will be done by then. But you also don't want to be the earliest because it'd be awkward AF. I mean, unless you are those kind of people who are okay to show up early, then sure. Then you are a what I say just now, the early adopters. All right. But you also don't want to be a laggard. So you need to choose where to come in that gets you the best, or rather suits you the best. So this will help you when you come to determine, like, let's say you found a, like I say, a chalk painting niche that no one has gone into yet. So you need to think about, like, whether are you a innovator? Are you an early adopter? Are you an early majority? Are you a late majority? Or are you a laggard? Right? So you need to use this to kind of determine, alongside with the Google Trend, keyword planner, both of it will get you to understand, like, oh, like, people are not researching on it as much as before. It doesn't seem like I can reach a lot of people with it. You know, it's probably not something I want to get into, right? So DYOR, do your own research. With anything in life, do your own research always. All right. So now that's sorted out. Let's talk about who are these people that, for example, you have already considered, right? Again, I'm going to use my personal example. Now we're talking about learning. Let's talk about, let's say, crypto again, right? So just now we found out that crypto is a good word. Now, before I talk about what this is, I want to talk about this. Go on YouTube, type in the keyword, see all of these things. These are keywords for you to research on. Take all of these keywords, go back to Google Trend and research on them one by one. See which one has the best audience that is relevant to you. For example, if you're talking about cryptocurrency, crypto from Apex Legend does not count. That's a definite. Krypton X doesn't count. That's something else. Krypton X 135. Yeah, that's not it. That's really not for you. So you gotta learn to filter, right? And then you have something like this, vidIQ. There's another one called TubeBuddy. If anyone here has already been doing YouTube for a while, you should be able to know these things. These are basic SEO tools for you to figure it out. So with that, you can find out certain keywords, certain statistics. So you can actually get what's the average view, what's the average subs of these channels, the biggest one, all right? And what do they use in terms of like CC meaning caption, what is the average age of the videos and a total trend total, and what is the overall score. This may be important to you or may not. It depends on how you see it. All right. Sometimes an overall score that is low can actually be a good thing, because that means that, again, no one is looking at it. Right? You can have the popular term like crypto and get into it and compete with the other big boys, or you can find a niche keyword and go into it, or you can do both, right? Most people do both because you can just, you know, get the best of both worlds. So there's also one thing that I want to talk about. If you go to YouTube today, I put on ad blocker, so this is actually kind of the things that I see. I don't know if you guys notice it, but okay, so this is, let's say that you put something at the search result, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It comes up to 5 video, like, and then you scroll to the next one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? It always shows 5. But if you look closely, it doesn't show a full 5 thumbnail. Right? This is the thing that most people. This is the thing about UI UX that's so beautiful. This last one, it is cut. You see how that's cropped out? But why? Right? And you see, the thing is, with what you have in this screen, the screen that you have today, most of you, unless you're a special guy, you have a 16:9 screen. I'm gonna go a bit technical real quick here, okay? You have a 16:9 screen, and when you go YouTube, right, these thumbnails itself, they are also 16:9, okay? Now they can only fill up, your screen can only fill up so much until you cannot fill up anymore, right? So they actually designed the pixels. If you actually check out the YouTube thumbnail pixels, right, it's up to a certain point one, and then you will realize that you will have cropped off already. So what people usually do is they put the words in the thumbnail at the top of the thumbnails. So if you can see on the phone side, it's the same. This is the phone side. 1, 2, 2.5. 1, 2, 2.5. 1, 2, this guy's face. So this is an idea for you guys to think about if you are ever like thinking about why people put all these stupid thumbnails. Why? Because, well, guess what? It is good to get the clicks. It is a clickbaity thing, but you know, like it works. It really works. Obviously, again, you also want to check out, like, this is using crypto as a keyword. This is using Bitcoin as a keyword. And you see this guy with the yellow and annoying looking color, this like super like come out of MS Painting. This guy is the first on both results. So you can guess that he actually caught on to the words. So you want to figure out what he uses. Okay. Now, obviously, in the crypto sense, you can see that, sorry, not in crypto sense, in YouTube sense, this is usually what you see. All right. The video is up there. Obviously, there's the title, the guy, his information, the comments. And then this is obviously all the info that he can put in. People will tell you that, oh, you know, you can put all your keywords here. That's a typical strategy. But what you can do more is get into vidIQ. I'm gonna zoom in again. So number one, if you were to go to his video, you can see on the right, when you install vidIQ as an extension on your Chrome or TubeBuddy. Again, there's two of them, so you can go and check it out. You can see their scores. You can see their views, see their duration. So these are typical. These you already know. But you want to see things like this, engagement. You want to see his score. You want to see what kind of video, what kind of result is he getting. So let me go down a bit more. Yeah. So you can see here, optimization checklist. Does he have a title, does tag, description? Does he have cards? Does he have end screens? Does he have share? Does he have share on Twitter? Did he do all that? So cards and end screen is basically in the middle of the video, you can see people popping up a card here, like, oh, if you haven't checked out my last video, go check this out. And then it will show up. Or at the end screen, where at the end of the video, they will have more video recommendation. So he didn't do any of that. So you can actually see all these things. And obviously, the most important is you can see his tags. Okay, the tags are super important because if he is a good performing video, you need to learn to see what tags he used and, well, use that for yourself. Right. So here also you can see the channel tags. So in general sense, his channel focuses on what hashtags. Right. So all of these are tags. Basically helps YouTube to determine whether your video is relevant to the specific kind of viewer on YouTube. Because a lot of time, if you realize you are being recommended a whole lot of YouTube videos that you never even knew existed. Some of the time, like Google and YouTube is the same company. So what happens is that when you Google on certain things, YouTube will pick up on that. Or if you go Facebook looking for certain pages about certain things, like, again, crypto, YouTube will pick up on that. They all pick up on each other. So it will affect what you watch or what you get recommended. So of course, at the same time, this is something that I knew. They are already in development of this, is that in YouTube, they are learning to read your face. Your face. What does that mean? That means that if your thumbnail puts up a face of disappointment, you know, those kind of, like, let's say, let's go back for a bit. You see these kinds, these kind of faces, right? All these faces are being read by YouTube's AI as we speak. This is not me coming inside. This is actually what's happening. They use the AI to read your face to determine what are you doing. Like, are you smiling? Are you trying to say something? Are you being a very serious face? Is there even a face? Number one. Number two, they will read the words. Because if you remember that Google Translate can look at a picture and translate the terms for you, they can do that on YouTube easily on the thumbnails. See, this is so easy to read. This is your Bitcoin warning. You can easily use your Google Translate Google Translate on your phone, and just screen this. If your phone can do it, Google themselves can do it. So this is just the word and the thumbnail face, right? In fact, in the content itself, in your content, they will also read everything, like what are you projecting onto your video? What are you saying? What is your face looking like? And if all of these check a certain list of things in the YouTube AI algorithm, they will help you push the video as well. So that's the crazy part about YouTube that not a lot of people know, is that the AI is already there. It is already working, and it's already giving results. So if you are someone that watches videos that the thumbnail is often someone's face, you will see that recurring a lot more in your recommended videos. So I'll give you even an easy example. You see all these videos on the side, this one. So this is because I often turn on lo-fi. I often turn it on to work. This one was a very, very anomaly outlier thing, which was I was watching a video on him talking about Pokemon. So if you guys are anybody here is interested in Pokemon, you can talk to me about it later as well, because I'm really interested in it. So the next thing I know, it's already on my recommendation, because his face, and obviously Gary V, and obviously I watched the whole video. It was like an hour or something. But anyway, so yeah. So these are the things that are happening on YouTube. So with vidIQ, you can get certain hashtags that they use, and obviously understand what kind of expression they are doing. It's crazy to say this, but if you mimic certain expressions of the famous YouTubers, not like super mimic lah, but just like use it as a reference, you will see certain improvement. And number one rule is definitely don't go swearing on YouTube. Don't swear. They will pick up on it. Yeah. Then the next one is Social Blade. So Social Blade is another website that you can use to figure out how much is this guy earning, right? Socialblade.com, you go to YouTube and then you can check out like what grade is they at. And 1 year he earns, as you can see, from $500 US to 8.8 thousand US dollar. You think it's a lot, but actually it's okay. It's not really a lot. $730 a month is about 3K a month. Yeah, and he's uploading quite a lot of videos, and you can see his subs, how many views is he getting on a daily basis, and on the last 30 days he got 180,000 views, so hence he got like $720. So from this you can easily calculate how many how much is he earning per view. For example, per 1,000 view, how much is he earning, right? So you can use that as a guess. So for example, for every 1,000 view, he's probably making like 70 cents at most, something like that, right? We're not going to go into details, but you can use this, socialblade.com/YouTube. Go check that out. You can also, yeah. Okay, so this is actually our own channel. If you ever come into YouTube and you want to do stuff, as in I do videos, you can see what to look at. So this is our own channel. You can kind of look at it. So obviously we got 25,000 views. We got 880 hour watch time. We got 84 subs for the last 30 days, and we got $14 out of it. So this is because we haven't uploaded for the past, how many months? I think we haven't uploaded for like several months already. But yeah, as you can see, why they will even give you things like this, like why is it lower than usual? Because you appeal to a smaller audience, or maybe you are not uploading enough. All right. So you can also see like what video is performing in the last 30 days. So one of the ones that are performing very well, as you can see, is very interesting. This is an October 2019 video. It is the most performing one right now. But as you can see on the 2016, we have 2016 videos that are performing on number 3 and number 4. And yeah, so on number 2 is something that is performing well from March 2020. So why? Why are the old videos performing better than the new video? The newest video is actually at the bottom here, as you can see. So why all these matter is because trends. right? So Rofu is we also have beatbox. We also have a beatbox. This is all beatbox content, just to mention. So Rofu is actually a beatbox tag team in Japan that we got a chance to film a video of them. And what happened was during the lockdown period, they started becoming YouTubers of their own. Their channel started blowing up, and that actually spilled over to this video of them that is on our channel, and it actually beat all of our videos by a mile. As you can see, 9.3K view compared to 1.6K view. It's like a mile far. So, but you can see the viewer duration is only 1 minute because the video is like less than 2 minutes. The next video I have was how long was this? Maybe a 3 something minute, and 4 minute, yeah, 53%, yeah, 4 minutes something. So we actually have 1.6K view. So if you were to compare apple to apple, this is actually only 4 point something K view worth. Well, this is actually 3 point something K view worth if you were to compare apple to apple. So you can see they are almost similar. On the other hand, let's say, no, but it's okay. Yeah, they're more or less the same. Okay, so this is basically what you can understand from the analytics. The front page of YouTube, you will get these 3 things. If you go to the next, you can go to your analytics by the different sectors, right? You can go to the reach. So impression, meaning like how many people saw your video. They didn't click it, they saw the thumbnail, or maybe they watched it for a few seconds. They saw it, they didn't click it yet. Engagement is when they clicked it and they watched it. So as you can see, in the last 30 days, we have about like 790 hours or so, and average view duration is about 1 minute and 52 seconds. And viewers, we had about 16,000. You can see we dropped a bit on the subs. And revenue, as you can see, we earn up and down and up and down. We had this big spike here again because of Rofu, the Japan team. And by the way, if you have a different country viewer, they have different CPA. So that means how much money you earn per 1,000 view. So if you were to have American viewers, for example, obviously they will have the biggest revenue for you to earn. And if you have someone from Indonesia, it will be a very, very low CPA. So how to find out all this is very easy. Google it. This is all displayed in like full view in like everybody's research. Yeah. So anyway, you will also get things like this. So who are they? What their age is? Where are they from? As you can see, Japan last 28 days came in and just basically raided our channel. No subtitles because our channel is just beatboxing. There is no need for a subtitle. But if we were to have it, we will be able to guess what language are they, what language do they use the most. Like if we had like, for example, 60% of Indonesians coming in, and then we had like a 90% English subtitle preference, that means that all of them are English speakers. That means we can actually focus on English speaking Indonesians that are 18 to 24 years old. They are male. So we're looking for English speaking Indonesians. There are guys that are 18 to 24 years old, and we can, let's say we want to put ads to shout out about our videos or whatever, we can use this as a baseline. In terms of their interest, well, I mean, you already know we'll do beatboxing, so we can just use beatboxing as a keyword to attack to send the ads to them. So this is basically something you can use after you have done YouTube for a while. So this is something that we had it for like maybe several years. It's only the past 2 years we really pushed it up to like maybe 8K subs. Before this, we were maybe doing like 2K or something like that. We were having very, very little subs 2 years before this. Before the past 2 years, it's only like 2K subs. It's only the past 2 years we really pushed it to 8K, and now it's growing on its own as well. We haven't uploaded videos, but we're still getting subs coming in all the time. So there's something for you to think about. Like if once you push your YouTube channel to a certain level, it will continue to grow, but you need to consistently grow it as well to find out who are your new audience. This 30 days with Japan and Indonesia, but before this, it was like 60% Indonesians. So the audience will change. The audience will grow and will change. So you need to be on top of it as well. And of course, finally, like let's say you want to figure out what they like. All right, you can go from the simplified meme, the humor, the news reporting, up to the technical side. Right, you're talking about technical charts, technical discussions. This is about crypto, by the way. Yeah, so this is into the crypto realm. So yeah, let's say you want to talk about crypto, right? Do you want to be the meme people, the meme bunch? Do you want to be the real technical guy who looks at the chart and have like the real like so-called crypto traders watching your channel? Like, what do you prefer? Like, what are you more well versed in? Or do you want to be a all-rounder and do everything? You can, but trust me, most of the time it's about having one and being really good at it compared to having all and being very bad at all of it. You look very bad if you do 8 content and you can't do any of it right, compared to you just do 1 content and you look incredible, right? So you gotta really balance yourself out there as well. Next one. Now you found your niche, you found your audience. It's time to find that way. Now, how to plan and execute your ideas. Okay. After you have found your trend, crayon painting. After you found your niche, 12 to 18-year-old female Malaysian that spends 4 hours on YouTube, statistically speaking. You need to figure out what kind of personality works for that. You can be the people who are candid. There are plenty of candid YouTubers, like for example, Mr. Beast, right? If you guys know Mr. Beast, he's super candid on video most of the time. You can be someone that is very planned. If you guys know Jeffree Star, I think. Yeah, Jeffree Star. Yeah, obviously he's super planned out. He's super posh, right? So you need to figure out like what you want to look like. You can just try first and just be candid and see how it goes. Or you want to fluff it up a bit before you start. You can as well. There is no right and wrong in all of this. It's about like what you believe is the good way to go about it. Okay. Next one is that consider about the future. Let's say you really made it work and you have 100K subs right now on YouTube. Do you want to make it full time? I can honestly say that if you're 100K subs on YouTube, you do get to earn a M40 earning. M40, if you guys don't know, in Malaysia, our income group is split into 3: B40, M40, T20. B40 are people who earn roughly below 3K. Yeah, something like that. M40 is 3.5, I think, up until like 7 or 8K. T20 is anything above that lah. So maybe your 9K up to your 20K. So those are your T20. So if you are a 100K subs in Malaysia lah, I can say that you will be around a M40. You're not a T20 yet. You can be a T20 if you have sponsorship deals, like people paying you like 20K to do a video with them. You can. But as far as what I know, in Malaysia, the YouTubers here, the deals they have are it's not the biggest deals around. There are still deals. There are some good deals around. It's just that they are not the biggest around. Like the one that are biggest are the US YouTubers. You see the kind of channels they work with, like Raid, Shadow Legend, or like all these different what's it called? If you guys watch any gaming channels, they will always talk about certain game or certain other games like World of Tanks, something like that. So they do talk about that kind of brand deals, and they get that kind of money. Oh, Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast is the best example. All of his videos are sponsored, so those deals, you can see how much that money is, right? Anyway, so yeah, if you consider a future, is that if you really want to make it big on this, like after that, you need to think about it as a business and how to really scale it up as a one-man brand kind of a thing. That's obviously for the future. And finally, what are the big players in the niche? What is this niche doing? What are they doing? What kind of content? What kind of personality? What kind of description do they use, or how often do they upload, and how do they interact with their audience, how do they interact with the community, what do they call them. So there are people who call them something something family, something something gang, something something squad. So for example, Face Clan, if you guys know Face Clan, they are this group of gamers in US, Face Clan. So it depends on how you want to interact as well. So you can see how they interact, and you can take on some cues from them, use them as reference, and use that to improve yourself, improve your channel. And while I am talking a lot about YouTube, guys, please take note that this whole thing can be applicable to other social media platforms as well, for example, TikTok. But I'll talk about it later. Anyway, so here's the thing that most people think is very easy, is that, hey, do YouTube only shoot, upload, that's it lor. But the truth is, if you were to upload 2 videos a week, right, you're doing 8 videos a week, you actually need to shoot and do a bit of promo about it. You need to edit and tease about it. And once you upload, you need to interact with the people, and then you need to go back and ideate for the next video. Maybe you want to network with other YouTubers and make promotion ideas, like collaboration ideas, and then you go shoot again, promote, edit, tease, upload, interact, shoot, promote, edit, tease, upload, interact, idea, network, and it goes on and on and on and on. And this is only 2 videos a week. There are people who upload every single day. Then you can obviously see that certain quality will dip. Like maybe it's the editing quality, maybe it's the shooting videos quality, maybe it's the script quality. It will have effect on it. So it depends on how you want to present yourself. Do you want to present someone with consistent uploads? If you do, then you need to have a consistent schedule, right? These are the things people tend to miss out. So with all of that, what is your MVP? So if you all say most value player, then no. MVP is not most value player. It can be, but the other thing is also called minimal viable product. Minimal viable product means that the most minimal version of your product, in this case video, what is it? So basically, are you a candid YouTuber who vlogs and talk about crypto as he strolls in the park? Are you a posh up makeup guru who uses crayon as a makeup idea? Are you a normal guy, geeky guy, play games and talk about crypto? What are you? You get what I mean? Like, try to piece it together like a puzzle and use that puzzle first. Like, use it and present it out to the world. And I can almost guarantee you your first video is almost definitely going to be bad. Your first one is always the worst. But the point is to get it out of the way, because you need to actually start doing it if you actually want to do it, right? So are you ready to be the next biggest YouTuber? Blah, blah, blah. Like, suddenly it becomes about YouTube. Well, you can. Wow. So all you need now is only one thing. It's the most important piece of the puzzle. You can actually see around. You haven't heard it around. Most likely you even have one. Again, statistically speaking, it's your phone. It's crazy, isn't it? If you can't shoot, if you can't edit, if you can't upload, you have no confidence, everything's on YouTube. You can literally YouTube everything to learn about everything. Every minute of the day, there are 500 hours of content being uploaded to YouTube. Trust me, bro, they got you, fam. Okay, so learn how to shoot, learn how to edit, and upload it up. Even though it's bad, upload it. Once you upload it, then you can see whether it works or not. Then only you decide, okay, that was a bad idea. Let's never do that again. Then you go to the very special part, revision. How to improve on the next one now that you have put up the very, very bad one. Well, the first one is actually analyze your report. So what in YouTube have is that they have something called viewer retention. They will allow you to see at what point of your video it starts to drop off. Meaning that at this point, people just stop watching your video. So if you were to have a straight line, right? Let's say this is 100%. It will look something like this actually. So not like a straight line. It's more like a mountains. You see mountains like that. So you will see that some part the mountains are very high. It's hitting like 100%, but the others are like 10%. and then it goes up again, 30%, and then it goes down again. Go up, go down, go up, go down. So what that means is that people are skipping. They are skipping certain parts of your video. So if they are, then that probably gives you a very big clue that you probably should stop doing that. If that part of the video is you filming your legs walking, yeah, take that out. That's not what people want to see. They don't want to see your legs. They want to see you talking about your crayons. They want you to see you talking about crypto. They want to see that stuff. So don't try and be some cool kid and try to like, oh, I'm gonna tease you, I'm gonna tease you. No, you're not. Viewer retention is very easy. If they don't like you, they're just gonna click away. The more they click away, the less they'll be recommended off your channel, and hence your viewers drop off. And then your subs won't grow. And then you'll be crying, be like, oh no, why my subs not growing? Because you're not watching your viewer retention. It's that simple. So always look at the analytics, because the analytics speaks the truth, because they are numbers. There are no fluffed up numbers there. They are just the factual numbers. Like 1,038 people, 30% of them actually watched it, and only 10% of them actually watched the full video. So you only had 30 people out of 1,000 people that actually watched the whole video. So that will give you a very big hint for you to do better on your next video. A/B testing. So A/B testing is a very generic term, a general term in marketing. It's just that to test different versions of your video. So it could be a shorter version, it could be a longer version, it could be a different thumbnail, it could be a different description, it could be different hashtags. Have A and B, different versions, and try them out. You can upload the same video. Okay, in YouTube, you can upload the same video and then, upload once and then let it run for 24 hours with a certain thumbnail and description. And then you can switch it up. You can switch the thumbnail, you can switch the description, switch everything 24 hours later and see whether it helps. YouTube has a way, again, the algorithm is something that most people are still trying to figure out, but they do have a way that once you do switch things up, they do try to help you push again to your existing subs. If they see a different iteration of the video, they might get interested. In fact, you can also trim your video in YouTube itself. YouTube has an online editor itself that if you upload your videos, you can edit the video inside YouTube. It's already there. So you can trim a certain part. So if you look at the first 24 hours or the first 12 hours of the analytics, like the viewer retention, and you realize that minute 30 to 3 minutes, everybody is skipping this part because it's your legs. No one wants to see your legs. Take it out. Take it out immediately. Okay. This is something that to mention is that videos today, if you are trying to do one, try to go for long form. Don't go for short form. If people tell you, hey, YouTube only do 2 minutes, no, please don't do that. That's bad. That's very, very bad. Because viewer retention, the longer your video is, the more chances for a viewer to watch more of your content. Every second that they watch goes into your statistic, goes to your stats. So if a viewer gets to watch a minute extra, you times that by 1,000 viewers, that's 1,000 extra minutes watched on your videos. That gives YouTube more incentive to push your subs to watch your video, or non-subs, like people that are not subscribed to you, to come and watch. So having longer video is good, but obviously, like I said just now, you don't want to jam it with useless stuff like your legs. So try and find other content around the topic. They are interesting, all right? Or get crazy a bit, get like, creative. You guys are creative people. I'm very sure you have ideas, shoot a flower instead of your feet. Maybe they'll help. You don't know, but you gotta try. So that's the A/B testing part of it. And finally, learn from others. YouTube is a very, very lonely thing. Unless you're editing, unless you're shooting with your friends, and then you have a team. So that's great. But most YouTubers start off by themselves. Maybe it's a gamer, maybe it's a makeup guru or whatever. Yeah, they usually start by themselves. If you are someone that starts by yourself, please go ahead and reach out to other people. Maybe it's the 100K sub channel that you like and you've been dying to collab with them, or you're dying to get some ideas. Drop a DM, drop a comment, get in touch. You never know, because truth be told, YouTubers, each other, while you see that they have millions of subs, right? They are suffering the same problem as you are. Viewership, subscription, all this stuff. What they know can help you. So if you ask, they will help. That's just how they are. And so yeah, so be very patient, dedicated, and have a disciplined mind to make this work. It's very important. So now we're going to go a bit into case studies. Again, if you guys have any thoughts, any ideas, it's actually a lot of you. I just wow, that's a lot of you. 50 of you. Okay, cool. Case study. Jimmy Donaldson, aka Mr. Beast. I don't think he's strange to anyone here. If he is, then you have not been on YouTube long enough. 45 subs, 45 million subs, 7.5 billion views, 3 to 5 videos a month, minimum 20 million views per video for all 2020 videos. He gave out $1 million in 2018 and planted 20 million trees in 2019. All of this came from his YouTube. How the heck did he do it? A lot of people say that it was because he gave out money. A lot of people will say that, like, oh, easy lah, give money out only ma. Yeah, that one I also can do lah. But if you think about it, achieving 20 million views per video for a whole year is not easy. Convincing people enough to give him enough money to give out $1 million is not easy. And obviously to team up with all the YouTubers and pushing everyone, and encouraging everyone to be a part of Team Trees and planted 20 million trees, it is not easy by any means. So for people who say that he got it for dumb luck, are people who didn't spend the time to research on him in detail. So if you actually scroll back to his first video to today, you can see that he done a lot. From 2012, he's already been doing Minecraft and COD. 2014 and 15, he was starting to talk a bit more about YouTube algorithm because he's been in it for 3-4 years. Until 2016, it's like full-on YouTube algorithm. And only 2017, he started doing the count 1 to 100,000 and then spinning fidget 24-hour. And then he finally got enough money to give away $10,000 to the first homeless person that he gave. That money came from I can't remember what they call it already. There's like this app on your phone that you can get cards, like trading cards from your favorite series, like Adventure Time or some other cartoons. Like you can get trading cards from it, and it's like phone app. So they gave him $10,000. He convinced them he's going to give it away. And the view money, the YouTube money that he earned, yeah, that was his money. So he kept using that system, that formula. He replicated it. But you have to understand, for him to get a chance to get to that point, he had to go through 2012 to today is what? 2017, 6 years. In this 6 years, he got kicked out of his own house. He had to rely on YouTube money. He started, I think when he was kicked out, he only had like 8,000 subs. Like he didn't have like 100,000 subs or 1 million subs, you know, he only had 8,000 subs. So he had to spend those years hustling really hard to do all this. And he found that apparently people really like him counting 1 to 100,000. So that was like really the kickoff. So yeah, in 9 years, yeah. So he did a lot of different ways of content, and people will say he did clickbait, he buy views, but the problem is it really isn't. It's a whole lot of effort that no one really think about. These days, his videos are very extravagant. Like he's giving away $1 million. He's giving away a Ferrari or Tesla. He gave away a Tesla to his friends. He gave away 100K or a diamond. He apparently robbed his friend's house and then upgraded it with all the best furnitures and then dropped 50K on the floor. Like, so all these things have been thought out. It's crazy to say, but every edit, in the script, like the way they talk are scripted. It is scripted. No, there's a definite. Every shot has been decided. Every edit was thoroughly examined before it was considered as a piece to be released. He has already scraped videos that in total worth about 100k USD that he scraped it in 2020 because he said that it wasn't up to standard. So the fact is, if you say that he is still relying on dumb luck to get 20 million views per video, I wouldn't say so, because behind him is a huge team. Not just the guys that you see on the videos, but the people behind it, the editors, the videographers, the content strategists, the social media manager, his actual manager, all these people, the finance advisor. He has to have a finance advisor. He has to have an accountant to give away money like that. So he has all these things, and it is not dumb luck anymore, right? So maybe Mr. Beast is a bit too far. We can talk about Malaysians. Cartoon Hooligans is actually Malaysian. I don't know if you guys know him. You guys know him. He's actually Malaysian. He is based, I think, in Ipoh, Taiping, something like that. He's not KL. He moved to KL. His video, it only uploads 16 videos a year. He only does 1 to 2 videos a month. So he has 3 million subs and almost a billion views. And it is very, very slow. So how does he get to retain his subs? There's a lot of patience, because for him, it's animations. All of these are animated. They're all hand-drawn. Not hand-drawn, but they're all drawn, and then they are vetted very, very intensively. Sometimes they have some fighting videos. It's not here, but if you go to his channel now, is it here? No, it's not here. But if you go to his channel now, you can see one of the video where it was, I think, It versus Joker. Yeah, you know the horror movie It and versus Joker. So there's like a fighting video. You can see all the animation, and it can take up to like 2 months to make per video, because it's just that intense. And he still do it because, well, number one, they have a team now. Again, it's a Malaysian team, so they're all based and they're all drawing all this stuff, and you know they're just dedicated to what they do. So obviously the question is, how much money do these people make? So let's check out Social Blade. Mr. Beast makes about 1.1 million a year at a baseline, up to 17 million. So you're talking about $1.5 million a month. Dollars, by the way. On Cartoon Hooligans, they earn about 92K up to $1.5 million. Again, why the range is so huge, yeah? Not between them, but like their earning range. Why is it so huge? Because the views are vary. They vary between the country, like I say, different country, different CPA. They vary between the viewer retention, right? All these stuff affects it. As you can see, every day they have X amount of views, X amount of subs, and how much they earn. Everything is here. You can go and check it out again, socialblade.com/YouTube. You can go check out all this stuff. And yeah, so is it worth it? Is it too hard of a job to do? It depends on a person's perspective. Personally, for my involvement in all these things, because I run a team where we help YouTubers to do their videos. So for example, right now we help 5 different YouTubers in US. They're all like million subs channels, and we also help them upload daily videos. So average out, like per channel, we do like 8 videos a month. So like we'll do about 40 videos a month with our own team. And we also understand the grind behind all of these things. And I would say that it is worth it on a certain level if your earning actually goes up to this. So what's a very simple conclusion for y'all is that, well, to wrap it up, find the trend, find an entry point for you to learn, understand the nuance on the trend and see where you stand and finally execute. Planning is only half the work. Planning is half the work of everything, and execution is really the icing on the cake to put everything together. Okay, and well, that's it. That's really it for me. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. Yeah.
All right, thank you very much to Lau for a very insightful and informational sharing regarding this interesting world of creative strategies. It was very well elaborated along with relatable real-life examples such as Mr. Beast and Jeffree Star. So I'm sure we can all agree that we definitely have useful takeaways from listening to the talk earlier, because personally I've learned a lot myself about the insights of the creative industry, and it has also sparked my interest as well, despite not being an advertising student. So just a short recap, as we all should know by now, SEO is a very important skill to analyze the market of the digital industry. To put it simple, there are 4 steps to building greater content: capture, learning, plan and execute, and lastly, total revision. So content is king, as Lau has said in his slides. And all these are not just a concept, but it is more of the technical part of digital marketing. So it is less of a concept, but more of the how-tos, such as Google Trend, alpha, beta testing, vidIQ, which you will eventually learn when you step out into the industry anyway. So thank you very much to Lau for teaching us and for the valuable advices. Now, if any of you have any questions that need further clarification regarding this topic, please feel free to voice out as it is now our Q&A time. You can type your questions in the chat box and I will read them out on your behalf for Lau to answer. Or if you feel comfortable, you're more than welcome to turn on your mic and webcam and speak freely to Lau. So please go ahead. Okay, so there is one question. So I'm going to read it out. Does that mean if a YouTuber...
Okay. Yeah, I can. No worries. Yeah, does that mean if a YouTuber has a follower above 100K, do you go full time? Not really. That's a very interesting bit. I think it's a lifestyle choice. If you guys know this, a Chinese YouTuber called Lau Gao. I don't know if anyone of you know. Lau Gao is basically the husband and wife. 2 of them sit in front of the camera and talk for like 30 minutes or something. Like all the videos like that. There's nothing crazy about it. And they have the craziest engagement and the craziest amount of subs. They have millions of subs. But it turns out it's the husband's weekend activity. Like they have a full time and it's just something they do on the weekend, but they have millions of subs. So yeah, I mean, it's really a lifestyle choice. Some people see YouTube as their ultimate salvation. Some people see it as, it's okay, I'll do it for fun. So it depends on you. Yeah. Yeah.
Anyone have any more questions? Just don't be shy.
Are you a M40 earner? M40 a bit higher lah. I don't know if it's okay to review my earning in front of 50 people lah, but it's a bit more than that. Is it possible to make money on TikTok? Yes, actually. I'm sorry I didn't get to talk about TikTok. Okay, personally, okay, I'll be honest. I'm 29, right? TikTok is not for me as a consumer, but it is for you guys, and there is a potential there. There is a real potential because there's a TikTok Malaysia. If you guys know, there's a company, there's an office here, and they have mentioned, not to me, but to my friend, that if you can create localized content for Malaysians, you will be picked up by TikTok Malaysia, and they will actually help push your content out. So there is I'll give you an example. There is a channel called To Lao, something like that, on TikTok. He's an Indian guy, but he speaks Chinese, like fluent Chinese. And he makes video, typical 1-minute TikTok videos, but it's very nice. Like he talks about Malaysia context kind of content. And you will see his videos, right? He don't talk about like today we're gonna talk about Cornetto, the most amazing ice cream in the world. No, they won't. They will slip Cornetto's branding into their videos, and then they get paid. So for example, you can get paid between the range of 1K to like 10K per video. It sounds like a lot if you are, I don't know, for some of you, maybe it sounds like a lot, 10K. But if you think about hiring a videographer, an editor, and a talent, and a script writer, suddenly 10K is not a lot because you're paying a lot of people. But it is possible, yes, definitely. Depends how much. Yeah, everybody, feel free to ask all these like questions about money because I don't know. I can answer as much as I can as much as my knowledge.
Yeah, we have questions of our own too, so you can ask.
Yeah.
May I know, do you provide any of your own classes or workshops regarding this topic?
No, not really. I'm just here because one of you are my friend. I mean, I'm just glad to share lah. I don't think it's something I need to charge for, honestly. Yeah.
Everyone, just keep the questions coming.
Yep. Do you use? If so, I have a point of my life. Or do I use YouTube? Sorry, other platform other than YouTube? I would say I've tried IG. I've tried Facebook. I tried Facebook when it was the cool thing lah. Obviously now no one really uses Facebook anymore. But back then when like people were like using Facebook so consistently, so then I tried, but I wasn't really successful. IG I also tried. That was quite okay. Yeah, I got to a point that I was really on track, but I didn't follow up because eventually I realized that I can't be the brand, as in my face. I'm not a brand face. Like I'm not a brand personality. I'm too candid. Yeah, I would say that today I'm going to YouTube because I believe video is the future compared to pictures, compared to text, compared to a lot of other things. I think that video will be the biggest thing coming lah. Yeah, so that's why I go for YouTube right now at least.
Another question is, in order to first do SEO, must I study or do research in detail about the algorithm of the chosen platform?
Okay. Do I need to understand the algorithm of a chosen platform? It's a yes and no question. Yes, being that it's good to know what are you going to get yourself into. It's good to know that if you're going to play a game of chess, you need to know where your bishops can go and where your queens cannot go. If you don't do it right, then obviously you're breaking the rules, then you lose by default because you don't even know how to play a game. No, in the sense that like some people go very meta into it. Meta in the sense that like I talked about just now, like YouTube, the hashtags and all that, right? So people would really, really go deep into it, assuming that the savior of all. I would disagree. I would say that it's part of the plan. It is not the part of the plan. So you really need to see the whole thing as an overall rather than like going so meta on everything. If you have great like algorithm strategy, but you have really bad content, it's not gonna work straight up. What are your thoughts of Instagram Reels? Instagram Reels is I know this. It's the new one, right? It's not stories, right?
It's a short video. It's just a few seconds.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a new one. No, I haven't get a chance to discover this one yet. Ah, man, so many new tech these days. It's ready. Yeah. This is benching on the idea of TikTok already, isn't it? Yeah. Well, what do I think about it? Here's a thing, a bit of story about Facebook and Instagram. Don't you guys know? Do you get how many of you know that Facebook and Instagram is the same company? Put a 1 in the chat. If you knew that Facebook and Instagram is the same company, put a 1 in the chat. Yeah. Okay. Okay, thank gosh. Okay, some of you know. If you don't know, put a 2. If you don't know, put a 2. Okay. Oh, everyone knows. Okay. Fantastic. So this will be easy to express to y'all. do you know the story of how Instagram got bought over? If you realize up when it was a what we would call a hostile takeover, where Facebook kind of forced Instagram into a deal. It's a real interesting story. You should check it out. But after that, it became Facebook, Instagram versus Snapchat. And then suddenly, out of nowhere, Instagram started having stories. And then Facebook started having stories. And then WhatsApp started having stories. So it was a real hostile, I'm going to take it all kind of a strategy from Facebook. They were really gunning from everyone. So what happened is that, oh my God, so many ones. I wanted to answer this question just now. So that was really kind of like their idea when it came to like, oh, Snapchat is a threat when it came to the video. You see, this is what I'm talking about, like why I think video is the future, because Facebook was willing to spend billions to go all out against Snapchat for videos. You have to understand, it was for content. It wasn't like for a lot of things, it was for content. Because why? Content equals attention equals potential revenue and data. So this is worth fighting for, worth that billions. And I just had a quick glance at Instagram Reels. I cannot say for sure, but it does look like TikTok. So it does give you a sense of what they are trying to do again. So you have to understand Mark Zuckerberg, the whole thing, they are very aggressive people. They are by no means passive people. Mark is not, I don't think he's even 40 years old. Yeah, he's not, I don't think he's even 40 years old. So he's relatively young. He has a lot of energy. So when people like that are at the leadership role and they see threats, they will find their way to go about it, whether it's hostile or not. So if this is Instagram, it usually comes from Facebook. Like it's Facebook decision these days on what Instagram does, because the original founder of Instagram is already out. He's already gone. He's already been replaced. So yeah, you can see this kind of a move. So when they release a feature, it's not because they want to do it for you. No, they want to do it for their own benefits. So yeah. As a fellow Pokemon fan, what? Yeah. As a fellow Pokemon fan, I would like to know what are your thoughts on the long-term appeal of the franchise from a brand perspective. It started out as a kid franchise and now it's a global phenomenon with wide-ranging appeal. Yeah, good question. Philip is your lecturer, right? Cool.
Yes, he is.
Cool lecturer. Okay. Let me explain my thoughts on Pokemon. Why am I interested into it? You all know Logan Paul. Logan Paul talked about Pokemon when he opened up that 200k USD first edition booster box on his channel. So if you guys don't know what that means it's the first printed cards, the first editions for Pokemon. The box of it cost 200,000 US dollar. The why is to pull one card. There's only one card. It's the first edition Shadowless Charizard. If you get that card graded by professionals and they come back as a 10 out of 10, that card alone will cost $200,000. If you guys know Logic, the rapper Logic, he recently bought that card for 200,000 US dollar. Plus the premium is about like $250,000. So why people will buy a 200k box? Well, because they can get a 250k card. So that is the high level thinking. The mid-level thinking, like people like me, is the idea that again, it really comes back to what I'm trying to share here. Capture, learn, and execute. Capture the trend, learn what's so cool about the trend, and execute your plan. So the long term here is that, like, if you look at the price chart of the cards, like a stock chart, right? If you put that next to Dow Jones and S&P 500, which is basically the index funds of US, so basically all the top companies in US, right? They come together and call it index fund. So you can invest in an index fund, that diverse into all these companies. So there's Dow Jones, the most popular one, for the biggest 30 companies, and S&P 500 for the other 500 companies. You can compare Pokemon's price chart to these charts, and Pokemon price charts will outperform these stock charts. So the point is, if you were to invest into Pokemon, you get a better return than investing into stocks. That's what it is today. So am I telling you to go buy Pokemons right now? No, I'm not telling you to do that. I'm saying financially speaking, there is an upside. Obviously, everything that goes up must come down. So if you were to invest in Pokemon and 2 days later Charizards are suddenly worthless, it will go down. It will like go all the way down, and you need to tank on that cost. Are you okay to tank that cost? Because like I say, one card can cost up to 200K US dollar. That's 1 million ringgit a card, a cardboard piece of paper, one card. So if you are down to go for those odds, or maybe you're just someone that collect for fun, you can collect the smaller cards, like just the new cards, for example. Like, I don't know if you guys can see the one at the back, the orange, that's a Champion Path. I just bought it like 2 weeks ago. I have 2 more here. So I'm buying like the newest one, the Vivid Voltage as well. So I'm buying all this because for me, it's long-term. I'm just gonna keep them here, and like 5 years later, I'll just sell them away. So for me, it's long-term investing. But of course, you can I obviously buy some to play because I used to be a Magic player as well, and Yu-Gi-Oh as well when I was very young. So it's fun for me to play anyway. So, you know, that's why I do it. Anyway, that's about Pokemon. That's what I feel about Pokemon.
If there are no more questions, we will be wrapping up soon. So if you have any questions, please type it in the chat box.
Yeah.
Okay, so looks like there are no more questions. So it is time to end this webinar. If any of you would like to reach out to Lau personally for any further inquiry, we will provide his LinkedIn name or email address. So my team and I would like to express our utmost gratitude to Lau, who has agreed to be our speaker and was very willing to collaborate with us, guiding us along the way as well. We are very grateful for this opportunity, and we would also like to thank each and every one of you for coming to our webinar. We truly appreciate your presence and time that you have decided to give us. So before you leave, we would like to just show you one more short video about a special beatbox class, masterclass by Lau and his team at Beatnation.
Oh, no video, no audio, no audio, no audio.
Okay, hold on.
Who's back to the future? I don't got time to hear about the criticism. Rap serial killer looking for another victim. Come and get your issue. Me a woman with a 9-fist, slash you motherfuckers like you carry you. Beat kicks, probably hit it with a remix. Uncut, we rock this, no, we rock. G-shit, we the Bobby the 3-6. Guns up, keep going, even when the beat speaks.
Okay, guys, so for information, this is a series of beatboxing workshop provided by Beatnation. Okay, so for those who wanna learn beatbox, or even you wanna level up your skills, please please don't hesitate to sign or register for this. And then there's 2 classes for the beginners and also for the intermediaries. Yep. So yeah, Lau, you wanna add on something to this?
Oh yeah, no, because Microsoft Teams FPS is very slow. It's only 10 FPS, so you guys probably can't see it in full view. So I just sent a link. If you guys want to watch the full thing, you can go check it out on our Instagram. That's it.
All right, cool.
Alright, so we will now flash the QR code for the feedback form of this webinar. So hope you guys can help to fill it in. So hope we'll meet soon again. Take care everyone and stay safe. Bye. Thank you for coming.
Guys, so sorry. Can you guys stay for another 1 or 2 minutes after filling the evaluation form? Cause we need to take a group photo. Yep, for everyone.
Me too.
Of course, with our speaker, Mr. Lau.
Okay.
Yep.
So.
Okay, guys, let's just take the group photo now, and then later we will get back to this QR code. Is that alright? Okay, so everyone, please turn on your cam, and then yeah, so that we could take a nice group photo with Lau together.
Oh. You take it?
Yeah.
Guys, feel free to turn on your webcam as a remembrance of this webinar. And thanks everyone for joining today. So feel free to turn on your webcams and join us in this group photo.
All right, on my count, 3, 2, 1. Okay, cool.
Alright, thank you very much everyone. Please remember to fill in the feedback form.
Thanks, Lau,
QR
for
code
attending our
is-
webinar. We really appreciate it.
So, do I make a move? It's okay? I make a move now?
Yeah, it's all right. See you
Okay.
next time.
Right, thank you, everyone.
See you everyone.
Bye.
Bye, thank you.
Thank you, everyone, for attending. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, sorry, and we sort of got back we're very behind schedule.
Quick questions for Dr. Izzuddin. Are you gonna share the attendance code for the professional media workshop classes?
Hello, Dr. Izzuddin.
Okay, so in this case, let's just try to collect the names for the evaluation form lah, and then we send to Dr. Izzuddin lah. Right.
Yeah, thank you, guys.
Thank you everyone for joining.
Yeah. Thank you. We hope you enjoyed it.
Thank you for coming.
By the way, are we going to just like end this and the recording will?
Yeah, I mean, let's just wait everyone to leave first, and then yeah. No.
Can I ask, has everyone scanned got the feedback form link already?
You still need the QR code?
JJ, in this case, can you send the link to our group as well?
Yeah, just in case.
If you guys need the QR code, do tell us, yeah? Let's stop that screen, huh? She's not here, is it?
Yeah, he's not here.
Oh, then, yeah. Okay lah. Are we going to do a post-mortem? Maybe not today. Should we do this? Because Pia, you can't make it, right?
Yeah.
You know what? Let's
Should we
just set another
end
date.
this? Yeah. Shall we end this first and then we'll discuss this after, privately? Okay.
Okay,
Bye,
okay.
guys. We'll see you. Thank you for
Bye.
attending.
Bye, everyone.
Bye,
Bye,
everyone.
guys. Thanks everyone for joining.